Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to another video. Today's topic of brainstorming the ideas is about one of the most famous stories in today's modern NBA and in especially this year, probably the best next to, of course, Bam's 83 points, and that is the KD files, guys. Today we're gonna be taking a look at every single leak that has been said about KD, and we're just gonna be reacting to it because I feel like that complete thing is so funny because overall like I became even bigger like supporter of KD after this. I know that he's a bitch, but the thing is like it's so funny how a 37-year-old, millionaire, like multimillionaire, almost like a billionaire, I feel like you know, can live a life like KD is living. Like genuinely, that thing really like makes me just like I'm so like just makes me want to laugh. Because it's like at 37 years old, 38 almost, you're making account burner account and you're just like shit talking about your current teammates and former teammates. And I feel like that is so hilarious. And literally, like, after that all happened, like, I don't know if you guys look, but at the NBA store, Phoenix Suns are literally now selling KD's jerseys for like $10. Like I'm not even joking, guys. You can see that. Check on the site, check on Phoenix Sun site. Like genuinely, like I got it myself, like a $10 KD jersey. That's how mad they got into him. So let's see what he was saying for everyone that doesn't know what happened. So first comment that he made that we're gonna be taking a look at is about his current teammates, and they are from Houston Rockets. So his comment is, I can't trust Jabari to make a fucking shot or get a stop. Just don't give him a technical free throw, to be honest. He's low-key retarded. Genuinely, I feel like this is the most wild one because to call your teammate retarded, behind his back, it's just fucking hilarious. Like genuinely. Just like, what else could you say about a move like that from KD? Like, genuinely, it's so fucking funny, and he is like just crazy for this. Like, nah, bro, that ass, it's like not normal. So this is the one that I feel like made Phoenix Suns make his jersey $10 worth, which I of course used for my advantage. Uh, they're talking about Devin Booker and their former coach, and this is what they had to say. So so someone says life with Devin Booker and him and Vogel, and yeah, so they just ask him, and then he responds to that by saying all this because Book returned. Two dictators, Stalin and Hitler, Mussolini and Kim Jong-un. The Suns are my team when we lose and Book's team when we win. Can you just imagine that? Like genuinely, this is just so fucking not normal. Like what someone can be saying, which I get in some way because to be extremely real right now, I feel like everyone was saying the same thing about Phoenix Suns either way. Like I feel like genuinely whenever they win, you're always like, oh, Booker carried them, or like, and when they lose, it's like, oh, he didn't drop 30. I feel like that's so accurate when it comes to Phoenix Suns. Uh, so yeah, the next one is for if Lakers and Steph and Golden State meet, uh, who are we cheering for? And then that dude says, what kind of question is this? For sure, we're cheering Braun over Steph, Clay, and Draymond. And he responds, hey, Kyrie thought the white European was gonna play honorable hoops. I'm crying. Like, genuinely, he there insults Luca by saying that Luca doesn't play honorable basketball, that he just like, basically in other way, Luca is always complaining for the calls for the refs, and that in NBA, like NBA players usually call that not honorable basketball. So basically, KD is just saying that Kyrie going away from Brooklyn and uh, coming to Dallas for he probably thought that Luca would play honorable basketball, which is like just hilarious. I genuinely like this guy. I don't even think he likes anyone in the NBA. Like, and you'll see why. So next one is next one that we're taking a look at is about Kevin. About it's just about some war thing, which I'm not gonna be commenting on because I feel like that is just like too ridiculous to be commenting at. Then he like says something about Shannon Sharp, he says something about Shannon Sharp, and then he says about Steve Kerr that Steve Kerr hates black people after MJ punched him in the face. Which is like no, like genuinely, KD be having some bad like the best joke because the thing is, guys, like if this was coming from some normal fan, I would be like, okay, what is this guy on? But like when it's coming from an NBA superstar, like one of the best scorers in history of basketball, guys. It's coming from him. It's just like fucking absurd. Just so hilarious. So hilarious. Next one that we were gonna take a look at is about Denver Nuggets. This one is just I feel like this one is stupid because he says that Denver don't need to win. I think they'll give up. Like, and they're just talking like it's just because it's a group chat, guys. So this is like there's some chats that you don't understand by this time is because it's from the chat that they talked before, and then it's basically KD wasn't even responding to that. So it's like he just comments some random shit. Like they be talking like currently, which I'm looking at, is they're talking about Phoenix Suns, and he just responds with any word about Jokic's turnovers. Like it's like out of randomness, like but I don't feel like I feel like he made a mistake there, honestly. Uh but because let's be honest, um did we look at his game against Lakers yesterday? So, 7 turnovers. He lost that game literally by himself. He lost it, you know. Uh, so he can't be talking about turnovers, in my opinion. And Jokic doesn't have that much turnovers, but yeah. Okay, next one that we're gonna be taking a look at is about Golden State and specifically about my favorite player for sure of all time, which is Steph Curry. And he says that I started holding Steph accountable in film, and people and players started looking at me like this. Basically, you know, they were in films, and he was starting to hold Steph Curry accountable, saying that it's his fault for something, and they were all like, "No, you can't be saying that," which it's just fun, like you don't even have it. It's probably even true, like you never know, but it's just funny, I don't think that one is that big of a deal, in my opinion. I don't think that matters a lot, to his resume or something. It's just that, like, again, he's just hating on superstars that they are so-called his friends, which is just like not normal to me, like to be in NBA and not have a single friend, actual friend, because you know you can't hate your friend behind his back, it's not your real friend then. So I don't think he actually has a friend, which is kind of sad, for a superstar like that, for a multi-millionaire like that, to be living like that. Of course, I can't say to him how he's gonna live, but it's just like, how does he not have anything smarter to do than uh, talk behind the back of his teammates? You know, it's just not normal. But let's move on. Okay, so basically this next one, I'm gonna summarize it because it's too long. He's basically talking about Trey Young and how he's saying all those like cold cold celebrations while in the meantime his breath smells like shit. And basically KD is saying the only thing cold that you need is some cold mint. I feel like this one is just like peak. I feel like this is the best one for sure. The biggest like, you know, uh hateful one, not hateful, but the biggest like roast that I've heard from him in these files for sure, guys. Like genuinely, like who will see this and not laugh? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Like all the thing he needs is either a cool mint or toothbrush. It's just hilarious, bro. Just hilarious. Then the next one that we have, you see how many things they have, bro. Uh, Basically he's talking about Kawhi, how funny he is, that he's like literally so fun, such a funny guy, just like a robot, which we all know, kinda, you know. Then he's talking about Houston, that current Charlotte Hornets are better, have better young players than current Houston Rockets, which is just like absurd statement. Of course, Charlotte, I feel like has a good team right now, and yeah, but like to say it to your current team. Okay, when he's like raging on his former team, but when you're hating on your current team, I don't get that at all. This one is just peak. This one is peak for me, especially. Says if you don't screen and pass up shots for stuff, you're getting traded. I feel like that's so true. I feel like that's so true. But you know, when he's the best at that, at making buckets off screens, of course you're gonna do that, and you're gonna get as many people as possible to do that for him. And it's just like, I get that. I get that. The thing that I feel like is the biggest, also that we didn't mention yet, is that he is saying that James Harden is good, but sometimes delusional, which we all know is true. Like Harden really is sometimes delusional. It's just so true. But the thing that he says is that at the end he didn't like try to compete with him when it comes to points, where else Westbrook and Steph were competing with him to score more points than him. Which I think is just, you know, you never know if that would be a lie. You never know that, and you never know if that will be truth, like saying the truth. But at the end of the day, he isn't on great terms with Golden State. He isn't on great terms with Russell. So of course he's gonna be shit talking behind their backs. But to say powerful thing like this, means something, because like you can't just say shit like that and be lying, because KD's word like is really huge one, in the NBA world. So if that is actually true, that really like lowers the value that Steph and Westbrook bring. And you never know if this burner account is fake. It could be fake, but let's just think that this is right, like true, and that that what he is saying is true about Steph and Westbrook. It really lowers the value of Westbrook and Steph because you can't be with your own teammate competing for, you know, for scoring more points than them. You know, it's like it doesn't. I mean, it can work like that, but like it's not really, it's not really a skill of of the goat or of the some quality player. And we have the last one, which I think is probably also in top tier to be the funniest one, and it's about who other than the goat himself. I really, I really gotta laugh to stop from crying. I swear I miss Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons. At least he would give me the ball. At least that guy would give me the ball. Peak, literally peak, literally peak of sentence. Everyone thinks like that. Everyone. And it's just fucking funny. And let's just say some closing things. And I feel like it's just one simple closing thing. This is the whole chat that is has been reviewed about him. There is, I think, one or two more about Kyrie and something, but you know what the whole point is. It's just him trash talking his um, former teammates and current ones. Yeah, he has one about Shangun where he says that his liability in offense and defense is far worse than his turnovers, which is just like absurd to say, to your current team, uh, you should be helping your team grow and not to just be like behind the scenes and be shit talking about them, you know. But yeah, overall, feel like KD sure didn't need to do stuff like this. I feel like he got fucked by this league, and I feel like he's shown his true self, which is like literally a pure villain side of him. And I feel like it's just hilarious at the end of the day. It's just like laughable how fucking like crazy he needs to be to be doing stuff like this at almost 40. But yeah, that's it. That's all. See ya.